Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's been a good minute. I just been trading, real deep into the market, staying focused. So I don't post as much because posting takes up time. I need to stay focused. I have a goal to make another 30,000 in the next. My goal is the next 30 to 60 days, and I have a plan for that. But anyway, let's get straight into it. So this is a new entity I just learned about. You can trade options on, where it jump into money pretty quick. Um, and for those of you who trade options in the money, that means that the stock price reached your predicted price when it's out of the money, right? And that's NDX, that's the Nasdaq 100. And I'm not for sure why I haven't really looked too deep into this. Usually I trade futures on another app, and I just learned that you can trade options on this. And I traded an option contract today and made a little over 2 grand in took like 2 hours, didn't know what the heck I was doing, not gonna lie to you. I just understood that, okay, the market is going up. I know like what the Nasdaq 100 is, what it consists of, but I didn't think it would jump up that much. It was just like a guesstimate trade. Sometimes it happens. But I'm really studying this thing to see like what is the price movement of this entity. How does the option contracts look? The theta decay. I did a weekly, by the way. The weekly, the theta is like crazy high, about 600, and the delta is high as well. I usually do not touch weeklies because it's dangerous and you lose absolute 100% of your money. I usually do. My rules are minimum 90 days out. But today, I took a chance just to see what would happen. And it worked out in my favor. So this is the price movement here. These lines here is the moving averages. We'll talk about that in another video. Actually, I'm going to post an educational video about moving averages. And the other day, I called my the broker. They know how to use the platform. I asked them, how do I overlay one entity over another? They had no idea, but I figured it out. You just got to do a VWAP study, and that tells you, it allows you to overlay one underlying entity over another. Why is that important? Because some stocks have an inverse relationship to others. So, for example, I have GOD. It's a gold ETF to track the price of gold. So, major market movement days, they have an inverse relationship. Kind of, sort of. Well, I would say gold move faster than the indexes. So, like looking here from back in April, from here to here, we'll see that gold had an inverse relationship, right? But then going up here, it kind of like start to match a little bit. But as you can see, gold moved way faster than any index, which is surprising for me to know. Then here and here, it's kind of like correlated here. And this is important to know. So let's say the NASDAQ or index is going down. Instead of waiting for it to reverse back up and play an upside, you can just play the upside on gold. It's simple. Other than that, let's get straight into the news. Let's see any top headlines. So stocks hit record highs. Anybody who's playing any shorts or puts, feel sorry for your portfolio right now because I know it's doing terrible. I did play a couple of put options, a couple of shorts, and didn't work out too well. So I rotate out of them. I got into more bullish stuff. And now what I do, some days I do play put options. I only play those for maybe a day. No longer than 2 days because this bull market is really bulling, So only a day or less. Sometimes I do a day trade when it comes to put options. Let's see what's going on. Vincent dismisses China invest in the U.S. as part of a trade deal. Okay. Oh, AI startup Perplexity makes 34 billion bid for Google Chrome. Now, this company is known to make big outlandish bids. When I read this report, it said don't really take it seriously because they make these bids all the time, but don't really follow through. But I did read that a judge did rule that Google have to break up its search engine dominance because they're considered monopolized at this point because they control most of the search traffic. And I do SEO myself, and if you don't have yourself ranked on Google, you're not going to get found. It's extremely complex. People rarely use Bing. People rarely use. It's another one. I forget the name of it. Oh, Yahoo. Everybody use Google. It's the thing that say Google it. First thing you think of to search something, you use Google. So Google at some point in time do have to sell up Google Chrome to prevent monopolization. So that's gonna happen. As far as Perplexity doing it, I don't think so. And by the way, Perplexity not even a publicly traded company. So if you think about, oh, let's jump ahead and try to invest in Perplexity, it's not publicly traded, it's private. They did say that they will get the funding from private investors or like loans or however they plan to do it. It's still a little concerning because they only posted, according to my research, they only raised about $100 million in revenue. So how the heck would they get $34 billion? That's a big jump. Anyway, let's see. Anything else that's a market moving headline? Not really. So when I look into entities, well, NASDAQ 100 isn't a new entity, but the first thing I'll do, I'll type it in the search engine and I'll look for some sort of like documentation on it. Try to go to the original website. So I came across this PDF. Oh, here we go. And here's the NASDAQ website. Best go directly to the source. So for those of you who don't know, the NASDAQ is an index that tracks the top 100 non-financial companies. Is it in the world? I believe it's the world. Yeah. So it said, what is the NASDAQ 100 index? I'm going to redirect from here so I get the most accurate information. The NASDAQ 100 index is a cornerstone of modern investing. The index represents 100 of the largest, most dynamic non-financial companies listed on the NASDAQ stock market and some of the most innovative companies in the world. I was right. It's the world. My memory serves me right. These companies are selected based on market capitalization and are re-owned for their innovation, market leadership, and growth potential. NDX includes major players across various sectors such as technology, healthcare, consumer goods, and industrials, making it a comprehensive benchmark for growth-focused investors. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe United Health at some point was in the top 10 of the NASDAQ 100. I know recently they dropped a lot because of political and legal headwinds that the company is facing, but they were like in the top 3 actually, probably some years ago. So pretty much, NASDAQ 100, top 100 companies that are non-financial companies. So what's in the NASDAQ 100? This is very important to know. Let's see if we can find it here directly on the website. NASDAQ 100 companies. Bam. Click on that. Oh, why do you do me like that? See, I wanted a list that was organized where it showed me in order the top 100 companies. Like, well, the most weighted companies from point A to point B. I do know NVIDIA is on the top. So let's see if we can get that list organized. So this is organized in alphabet order. But I need this to be organized in the most weighted. Let's click on all. They don't give it to me like that. Well, they use our best friend Google. The monopolized search engine. And don't mind my search. All right, let's see. Top 10 companies. And I could just put NDX, but I'm so used to putting NASDAQ. All right, here we go. We got NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, Alphabet, both of the Alphabet. You got Google, the parent company, the Google, whatever, Tesla, and Costco. Now, I seen something earlier that was a little different. Actually, no, that's correct. So, why is it important to know the most weighted companies in a certain index? It's important to know because let's say, for example, if NVIDIA go down, let's say NVIDIA corrects, it goes down 50% in one day. The entire index is going to go down a lot. It won't be exactly 50%, but it's going to be a huge percentage. That's off of NVIDIA alone. So it's important to pay attention to like these the most weighted companies. So NVIDIA is 14%, which is really large. I don't think, I think it's the first time I've ever seen a company that's much of a percentage of the index. So NVIDIA is 14%, Microsoft is 12%, Apple is 10%. So if these three companies have really bad days, oh, index is going down. So it's important to pay attention to what these individual companies are doing. That's if you're doing short-term trading. Because if you look, we go back to the chart, and you look at the overall performance of the chart. Let's look at it like the last 3 years. Boom. It goes up. It does extremely well. The worst it had done was April. Wow, April would have been a great day to buy some companies on sale. It's a huge dip. This is like pandemic level type of dip right here. But right now, it's trading at all-time highs. It just keeps soaring, which makes sense. All of this AI talk and Trump doing all this stuff, and it's a lot going on, especially AI and NVIDIA is like 14%, almost 15% of it. So NVIDIA, Microsoft. I haven't heard too much with Amazon doing anything AI. Where Meta doing a lot of AI. Oh my God, Meta it just keep going up. It's gonna reach $820 in the next month. And Meta is one that we trade on a regular. I haven't traded Broadcom too much or Amazon, but I do trade Apple, Microsoft. I've been losing on NVIDIA because I've been doing put options. So I just left NVIDIA alone for a minute. And earlier today, I seen NVIDIA at $888 a share. Let's see if we can pull that up. I thought I seen it somewhere. Apparently not. Or was that yesterday? Nope. According to this, NVIDIA have not reached anywhere above 184. Let's go back to the 1 minute chart. Where are all these pink lines coming from? Is this VWAP? This is indeed VWAP. VWAP is a new indicator that I'm studying. According to my research, VWAP, it shows you the average price that a trader paid to enter a stock. And based on that, you can predict certain movements. Like if the price moves above VWAP or below VWAP. If it moves below VWAP, then it tells you that it's a bearish sign. If it's above VWAP, then it's a bullish sign. So even though I've been trading for like the last 10 years, I want y'all to look at something. Ad study. You see all these studies, it's a bunch of them. It's like it's 100 different ways to scan a cat, and usually I just use moving averages. You don't need to use 1,000. Like you don't need 1,000 different indicators to trade stocks. You can be good off of just one or two, but the more tools you have, the more insight you have, the better you can make a more informed decision. So that's why I try to learn at least a new indicator. I want to focus on a brand new indicator every year and view up to the next one. Now I thought I had RSI relative strength. That one is highly important to tell if something's overbought or oversold. Let's see, is it on here? Relative strength index. Where is it? Don't see it. Let's go to all studies. All studies. Ah, God, I hate this sometimes. Go up one. Oh, I see how hard this is. 1 second. And with the index, relative range index. All right, this works. So right now, this tells us the video is overbought. So in the morning, it may just start out negative. But I've seen plenty of times where it's overbought at the close, then at the open up even more green. And this day right here kind of shows that it's overbought at the close. Then the next day, it'll open up green, kind of red, kind of. All right, we're back. Lost connection for a second. It's a new IPO coming out. It's called Bullish. It's supposed to IPO today. Well, tomorrow, whenever you watch this video. August 13th. It's called Bullish. And let's see. Here we go. BLSH. That's the ticker symbol. I think with these IPOs, I personally don't degen to any of them. I wait for the option chain to open up so I can short it if it's overbought or if the company don't make any sense. But so far, so good. The last couple IPOs been doing fairly well. Figma. Let's look at the ones we reviewed. So Figma, Firefly, MMBQ. Actually, that one slightly went down from the open. Same thing with Figma. I feel sorry for people who bought into Figma the first day IPO. It was trading at $123 a share, and now it's back down to 87. How about Firefly? I believe Firefly is one of the ones I said to short when the option chain opened up on Wednesday, which is today. That is trading at $50 a share, and when it IPO, it was at $60 a share. But it's not liquid, so I wouldn't dare touch it. And you know, option is liquid. I'm gonna show you what a illiquid option looks like. So let's go to trade. I'm gonna close these real quick. So if it only has a few expiration dates, that's how you know that the liquidity is in there. Because there's only a few expiration dates. That means not many people trading it. Then like the stock trading volume is only 1 million. You want something less than 100 millions. And let's look at the open interest. Open interest is really low for any dates. Just at the money. And open interest tell you how many people are looking to trade this option contract. So a contract like Fly, I wouldn't even touch it with a short because you can get into a short even at the money and no one can be in the market to buy it. So Fly, I'll leave alone until one day it gains volume and liquidity. All right, let's look at. It's another one that I did a short on. It's called, let's see, Circle. Watching the news one day, and I seen something regarding Circle. I think they had was it a good earnings, bad earnings, something happened like that. It was into the charts of Circle. What did I see with Circle? I think I looked at it from like a larger time frame, and I see that it was going down overall. And it was one day where it's overbought, so I took advantage of the opportunity to short sell it, and it looks like that played off well. So this is another one I will continue to short. It's just something about this company that didn't make sense. So something like this, I'm going to continue to short. Then it's another one I think it's called Open, ONON. So this one it's called On Holdings AG engages in a development and distribution of sports products such as footwear, apparel, and accessory for high performance running, outdoor all day activities, and tennis. I haven't even looked at the financials of this, but so the sounds of it. Oh, they miss earnings expectations. Like, oh my god. They miss earning expectations. However, the stock opened up yesterday positive. It was up 13%. That didn't make sense to me. You miss earning expectations and you open up green. That's a red flag right there. Then you look at the chart, the last 180 days, it's going down overall. It's not doing too well. This looked like a great short opportunity. So I did take a trade here. And how much am I up right now? I will take a trade tomorrow at the open. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Because it don't make no sense if the company is trading at this level and it's overbought right now. Looking at the RSI indicator, yep, it's overbought. Depending on how tomorrow go, like usually, sometimes what can happen, the overall index can be doing well, or let's say the market overall is just doing well, and that people, it's just like the buyers are winning. But this is like a good stock to short, and it's liquid. Let's look at the option chain. Yep, multiple expiration dates, even recent upcoming ones. So yeah, this is liquid. It's a good one to short. We're gonna short this, y'all. Ooh, this one right here, Eli Lilly. Now, I just want to remind y'all, anything I say in any of my videos, live stream, pre-recorded videos, it is not financial advice. I'm not the type of person who's gonna say that, but I gotta remind people so they know to don't take what I'm saying to go make a play on their own and consider that, oh, you told me to do this. I didn't tell you to do that. I'm telling you what I'm doing. And if you would like to follow what I'm doing, that's the decision you make for yourself. Any financial decision you make, that's on you, not on me. I'm not telling you to do anything. You choosing what you want to do with your money at your own discretion. I don't have control over your money. So when it comes to Eli Lilly, when I did my research on Eli Lilly, the company is standing strong financially, right? The charts, we're looking at the 4-hour chart right now. It is showing a bearish sign. If we look at these two lines here, the purple line is the 200-day, and the dark blue line or royal blue line is the 50-day moving average, right? When you see these cross the 200-day move above the 50-day, that's a bearish signal. We call it the death cross. So, and as you can see, when it's crossed, it's extremely bearish to go down, right? So yeah, it was a spike here, but overall it went down. It went down. Now it's another cross here, and boy, let me tell you, this dropped a lot because of earnings, obviously. Now, what are we gonna do here? It's oversold. It's way oversold, right? Company, nothing fundamentally is wrong with the company. When I say nothing is fundamentally wrong with the company, I'm talking about the financials. So like the balance sheet, the income statement, the cash flow statement, right? Nothing is fundamentally wrong. What happened was the company, they came out with a product. I think it was some fat drug. It didn't do as well as sales, so investors panicked and they got out, right? Now, at some point in time, it will correct, right? Because the value of the company, I know the PE ratio is like crazy, but people invest into this company projecting, believing that in the future it's going to be worth a lot, right? And that's based on their the financial, not short-term news. So if something go down because due to short-term news that doesn't affect it's not material information that will affect the financials or the fundamentals of the company, the price is going to correct. It don't have to correct. It may not correct within the next couple days or the next couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but at some point in time, the price is going to correct. You know, this is how the market moves. So when it corrects, that creates an opportunity to win in an option trade, right? Especially since it's traded below, I would say expected value. I would say intrinsic value. The intrinsic value, that's something completely different, but it's traded below expected value. So let's do a quick Fibonacci retracement here. So let's go to studies. Or is it drawn? Here we go. Drawn tools. And go to percent. And I'm gonna do it here. We'll be conservative here. And a low of 2378. 2378. There is good. Now, correction territory. I'm expecting 2 months from now, 60 days. So we'll see strong resistance at around $714. That's at the goal ratio. 61.8% levels goal ratio. Usually when a price hit that in short term, it bounced right back down to be resistance. Now, a 50% correction is common where the stock will come back to a certain price where it was previously trading. And that is at $697.35. That's where I would put my take profit. Now, to win in a trade like this, short term is going to be extremely hard. You will lose because, as you can see, some days it's still spiked down. Let's go to the 20-day chart. And it's only been a couple days, like 5 at best. But as you can see, it still spikes down. There's not any strong resistance here. Well, support here. Now, you can call support at, was it $620, but it still can have a lot more room for the downside because we still have this death cross here. So there's no sign of a reversal yet. We see stagnation a little bit, but it's still like breaking support. So taking a short-term trade right now, like trading weekly on this, won't be smart at all. I would not do that at all. Trading weekly, gonna lose. Unless you buying and selling within the same day. You can catch some swings up, maybe some swing down. But looking at it in the next 60 to 90 days, so about November, I'm predicting we will see it flirting with the price around $700. So if it's currently trading at $640, that's a $60 gain. And let's go to the option train here. So let's go to November, January, any of them. January probably be a safer bet. So let's look at the delta value. So the delta value is 55 versus 54. This one you have more time. What's the bid and ask? It's about $1,000 difference. So let's see. Where is the $700 call? Here we go. So it's going about 25.50. So 2,550. It's $37 for a dollar move. And the theta is only 21. I'm looking at the wrong one. Theta is 23. This is the contract I would get into. I made a couple day trades on it. I made some money. But I'm thinking about it long term out where this contract can be worth. If I buy it at 2,500, it could be worth about 5,000 to the next couple months. But yeah, Eli Lilly is going to correct as hot on my radar. Actually, this is a top thing on my radar where you have to be patient, get in, you have to pick the correct entry. You can't just willy nilly into it. You can't do it in short term. It's something you have to sit there and wait for a while. So actually, elite pair would be better. That's Eli Lilly. Then United Health, we finally got it to go in a direction that we wanted. Let's go to United Health, UNH. So for those who've been following me for a minute, I've been trying to trade United Health to the upside for the longest now, and it just haven't been doing what we wanted to do. It's just been consistently going down, 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 down. Then finally, this past week, we got some upside, and guess what? I didn't get into a trade because I was so used to going down. I left it alone. Didn't want to blow up my account, and now we have consistently have higher highs each and every day of this week. Higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, right? So a day like usually the third day I see a higher high, I would get in, but United Health been kind of messing with me, so I just left it alone. But I think I may take a trade when it corrects. So if it reach an all-time high within the last couple of days, or last couple of months of 662, it could open higher, it could open lower. I'm gonna wait for it to go down a little bit. Then I'm gonna get into a swing trade, and I believe based on its current price movement, let's do a quick analysis because it could return to around 300. When was the last time I traded at 300? Let's do another draw. I'm trying to get a fair idea where is the resistance. Around 310. So what I'm looking at is where it consistently reverse, like it'll go up, touch it, and go down. So I'll say about here, 310. Support, I can't really call it support. As right now, the support is at 234. That's the lowest. But then we're talking about like for the last couple months. So maybe it's time for United Health to return to where it's supposed to be at. It was facing a lot of legal pressure, a lot of internal turmoil. All that bad news is out the way now. And investors are looking pretty happy about the stock. But then again, this is another one I will call elite. Not even November. And be careful when you're going down the option chain because some of these not even worth it. Like let's say you go all the way out to like 900. Like this is not gonna be worth anything. And open interest is probably 0. So at the money is always the best. Or you can go in the money. It depends on how you want to trade it. Yeah, you contract prices isn't that bad. $1,000 get about 4 or 5 strikes out the money. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, so Eli Lilly, United Health, those are the top two on my radar right now. Another one, MSTR. MSTR. I haven't posted any videos of my trades in a while. But MSTR, I wonder, can we overlay the price of Bitcoin? Let's try that. The MSTR and Bitcoin are correlated. Bitcoin. They don't have the price of Bitcoin on here. Yep, this is pretty correlated. I use the Bitcoin ETF. And that's the pink line we're looking at here. Oh crap, what happened? Gotta reset the chart. Alright, so usually when the price of Bitcoin go up, MSTR go up. Bitcoin been reaching all-time highs the last few weeks now. I'm looking at Coinbase. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing right now. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is at 118,000. So we are in a bull market for crypto, and there's no telling how high this can go up. Because you can see when Bitcoin first hit its all-time highs, it spiked. So MSTR, it's a highly risky trade. I wouldn't touch it if you don't know what you're doing, you're not willing to lose money. But it could pay off a lot, especially if Bitcoin goes to, let's say, $150,000. And this one, I'm not really worried too much about how the stock is performing per se. But this is something that I did trade the last couple days, and it do have predictable price patterns. So like it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. You know, within a given day, you'll have two different swings. You'll have at some point in the day it's gonna be up, at some point in the day it's gonna be down. So it's highly predictable. It's not something you want to stay in too long, but it's something that I would consider a good trade. So like right now, it's down because it's open up down. Yep. So based on these patterns, I would say it will be up tomorrow at the open. At the open, going to lunch. Then probably around lunch, probably see a midday reversal. Then it will probably close lower than where it opened. Kind of like how it happened today. It opened up positive, then do the same exact pattern. GEV still, it is going up. It has no chill. I've been waiting to short this stock for so long, but I don't see any opportunities right now. It's just been going up and just stagnating. It'll go up, stagnate. It may go down a little bit, but it's not going down as dramatic. I was thinking like correct to like 560. It's showing no sign of that right now. And that's the thing you got to be careful with for like really experienced traders as well. Experienced traders, we see stuff like this happen all the time. Be a bull market, we know at some point in time the bubble's going to bust. We're just waiting for the opportunity for it to happen. Usually happen in the short term, but this bull market, this is an extremely long bull market. So this time the bubble busts, oh, it's gonna be hard. But as of right now, the market isn't showing any sign of a bubble. been like it's not showing no sign of the bubble bursting, I should say. It's showing a sign of a bubble. It's gonna pop, but it's hard to predict when. We don't know. And playing puts and shorts right now is extremely dangerous unless you're doing it for the short term. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but I gotta keep reminding myself that so I don't think like, oh yes, it's a good opportunity. But I just know when this thing go down, oh, it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop worse than the pandemic. But yeah, like I seen it hit 670. I think it's gonna clear 700 easy. It's gonna clear, and I'm not shorting this anymore. I'm gonna just I may just play the upside. Can't beat them, join. AMD. Did AMD go down today? No, AMD be doing pretty well. That is all. That's all I got for y'all today. It's been a crazy. It's been a crazy last couple weeks. Just been back into the market, trading full time. But I want to end this video off talking about NDX again. Yeah, so this one really surprised me today because I took a $500 trade, made $2,500, and I'm still studying exactly what I did so I can continue to reproduce it. And I did an analysis earlier, and I seen that if the Nasdaq have a 3% increase in a single day, you can potentially make $30,000 if you have out of money option trade that's at least 90 days out, because that will bring that option contract. We got to be within a reasonable amount of strikes out. I think the strikes was about 20 to 30 strikes out. That'd be 30 racks. But it's only been one day the Nasdaq moved 12%, well 11% in a single day. This is all the way back in April, so I believe it was this day. So it had a low down here, then it went as high as 19,000. So that was 11% move. But that doesn't often happen in a single day within the Nasdaq. It happens over a course of a week. And you have to be really careful because, as you can see, it has ups, it has downs. But even today, let's go to today. I want to go to where it opened at today. Yeah, so today it opened high, right? It was like a fake out and went down, down, down. And let's say you got in here, or somewhere here, things gonna reverse up and just keep going down. Then the next thing you know, a big green candle. Then it just reversed up as we went into the close. And that's the thing about these indexes. One moment is up, the next moment is down. You can't really predict. Like this is a perfect example. It's like a perfect fake out. Because open up green. And I heard this stat earlier. Usually if it opened up green, it'll close green. But this wasn't true on this day because it opened up green. We're kind of indecisive because this is a huge doji candle. And it closed red. This open up green, close green, open up green. I'm gonna call that kind of a doji. We'll go cheat a little bit. Close red, even though this is a green uh, candle. A lot of people got into the trade at the close. Let's go to 20-day chart. But yeah, sometimes with this, the price can't. It's hard to predict. Just gotta, do your analysis, stick to the trade, and don't trade emotionally. Don't chase gains. Stick to your rules. Everything should work out. But that's all I have for y'all today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Subscribe if you feel like I earned it. And stay tuned for more content.